It's a phone call. I'm in the house with Lil Duda. I'm in the house with Lil Duda. Come says.
Before YouTube, before social media, before we could see what our favorite rappers from wherever they were from talking about, we had to imagine the things and neighborhoods and all the things they talked about. We had to imagine that in our head. But now it's different. That's what I love about this new YouTube.
See?
We can see.
See? That's what's crazy about Chicago. That's what Robert was saying. Right? So we in Chicago, right? You know what I mean? They got the brown elevated joint. Oh, they got an Ogden Avenue. Okay. That's a Philly street, my street from Philly. So they got an Ogden, they call it Avenue, we call it street. Okay.
Rap pieces penetrate and infiltrate your mental state. Just to reiterate that I innovate.
All right. So yeah, if you look up right there, you know what I mean? 89th and Bennett, right? So we standing on a corner where common sense, you know what I'm saying? Look at this ground. You know me, I gotta get the ground, right? Because this historical site right here, you know what I'm saying? Boom, look down there. This is where common sense come from. This is neighborhood, right? So boom, we right here. Me coming from Philly, you know what I mean? Coming to hip hop guy I've been listening to for years, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just when you come to these places, these are the places you gotta get visit. You don't want to disrupt nobody's neighborhood, but you do want to come here and pay homage to these neighborhoods and these special places and spaces, right? Me, I listen to a lot of Common's Resurrection album. When I listen to that, he's a hardcore, conscious, laid back type of rapper. And when I heard him say, like, we go to Fuddruckers, we go to Marshalls and Chains Tags, and they original gangbangers, and ain't nobody shot because he come from a black neighborhood. But it's a black neighborhood. If you in Philadelphia, you know, like Mount Airy, and you think of stuff like that, West Oak Lane, those were black areas where people, you know, they was living nice, and it's a beautiful area, and they keep it calm, right? I gotta put my sunglasses on because it's so hot out here in the sun. But we in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And this is 89th and Bennett. Like I said, I'm not in front of his house, but this is his neighborhood. This is where he grew up, right? You know what I'm saying? So let's respect these grounds, and when you come here, take a picture, stand by the sign, right? You know what I mean? But comment. Hip hop Chicago historical sites. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we at, right? So this is what you want to see, right? You know what I mean? So pay that homage, pay respect to these areas. All right. And that's what you want to do. All right. And then we're gonna keep walking. Look at the grounds. Always remember, because when you're on these grounds, right? We're on 78th Street in Chicago, right? And we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna walk, right? We're walking, and then right here, that's where Kanye grew up. From when he was a young boy to 3, all the way up into his 20s, right? So who knows what he was doing in that house? I think he put this on. We're gonna stand on the corner right here. We won't get too close. Can you see it on the side of me? Yeah. Right. That's Kanye's spot. Hip hop grounds. We're in Chicago, Illinois. All right. So these are the places and spaces you got to come to. All right. When you come to Chicago, go over to 87th, what was that? 89th and Bennett. Pay homage. Stand on the ground. Make a video. Look at these areas. Come to these same places. Like if you going down south and you go to the Tuskegee Airmen base. When you go there, where was that, in North Carolina or South Carolina? I think that's North Carolina. Yeah, Tuskegee, when you go there, you go to them places, you go to the monument, right? And when you go to Philly, go to the Joe Frazier, where the Joe Frazier gym was. Go to Joe Frazier statue, not the Rocky statue. You know what I'm saying? When you come to Chicago, come to Kanye spot. Let's go closer. We're going to go closer, right? This is where he grew up, right? Don't disrespect it. It's the gate. Just come here, and he has like a DH. I'm not sure. Is that his mom, Donna? That's probably his mom. Boom. He paying homage. I don't know. Come up closer. Can you see it? We gotta show the people, right? Boom, right? We in front of Kanye's spot, right? Look down there. Look at the block. Look at the block, right? Boom. West. Look at the block. Look at the block, right? You know what I'm saying? So Kanye West, when I first heard Kanye, I don't even want to say it was through the wire. Was it? I don't know if I heard mixtapes or whatever, but when I gotta put my glasses on. Do I got my sunglasses? This sun is killing me. It's a little sun. Gotta put my glasses on so I can see what I'm saying. So this is hip hop historical sites. And when you on hip hop historical sites, we go to true hip hop historical, whether they superstars or they small underground people. But today, because I'm here, I wanted to do a joint on his joint. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Kanye West, right? Super producer for the rock, right? He did a lot of producing for Philly rappers. Beanie Siegel, Oskino, Emilio Sparks, all these different rappers. Of course, Jay-Z, we already know that. He did stuff for Common. Now, the beauty of him, Common and Infinite, his mom was a teacher. Kanye's mom was a teacher. And Common Sense mom, Common, his mom was a teacher. She, the story, this ain't me telling, this is history that's already out there. But Kanye's mom told Common's mom, because they worked together as teachers, right? Told him, look, my son trying to do the music. Gave the number to No I.D, which is Common's producer, and told him what was up. And so then Kanye went to go meet Common and No I.D. I'm just giving you the quick story. And No I.D gave him some lessons. Here, do this real quick. He was trying to kick him out of here. Like, get out of here, little kid. But Kanye kept coming back. And No I.D started realizing, oh, this young boy's doing it. He know how to get it in. And that's how Kanye, from there, No I.D helped him propel into the universe and the Kanye y'all know today. So let's look at the artist Kanye and know this is where he came up. Look, his ideas could have came right from here, playing on the grass, right? Who knows where his room was? I'm not sure where it was in the house. But he could have been back there working on the beats that No I.D gave him, right? Working on a that could have been the ARS-10, that could have been the Kai, whatever they was working on. I don't know all the details of that. But when you come to Chicago, visit this home, visit it, right? Right? Make sure you visit. Come through. You ain't getting through the gate, but walk. Let's walk. We're gonna walk. I ain't gonna touch it because I don't know if it got alarms, right? Who know? Like his mom, look, somebody got the sticker right there. Look. Somebody put the sticker right there. That's dope, right? Right? Boom. He could have been playing back here in the backyard, right? Playing in the back. That's a nice big yard. But the beauty of this is, I think the water is back there, right?
Nah. My flow is in the pocket like Wallace. I got the bounce like hydraulics. I can't call it. I got the swirl.
So yo, we not really that far from Kanye, Common, and all their neighborhood. At least this Common, is like probably where they come when they want. Kanye West and all them could have walked on this rock right here. This is hip hop historical sites. So eons from now, when you talk about hip hop, you gotta talk about them and the places and spaces they come and the grounds they walk on. Come visit these places. Feel the same spirit. Feel what they was feeling when they was writing rhymes. Chance the Rapper, I don't know if he's from this particular hood or what area, not hood, but I don't know where he's from. But come to these spaces and places. And this is Lake Michigan, right? It's Lake Michigan. And yeah, hip hop, Chicago hip hop historical sites.
Look at all the seagulls looking at you.
What's up, man? I got an audience right here. All the seagulls checking me out. They trying to see what it is.
So the lake is right behind this joint. So that's the beauty of that, right? So when you come to these places, you gotta touch down. Like, who knows what that building was? Who was over there? I don't know who was over there, over across the street, right? Like, who was over there, right? But when you come, this is hip hop, Chicago historical sites. We standing in front of Kanye spot on Kanye block. Common Sense lived over there. Probably Doug Imp and them lived way over there on 89th Street. If you remember, Can I Borrow a Dollar? You remember Can I Borrow a Dollar? Or Resurrection. What else? I'm trying to think of all the different joints he had. All them joints back in the day. He had his homie, No I.D. No I.D., which taught Kanye. He taught him how to make beats and stuff like that. They were already in motion, already doing their thing. So when you come to these spaces and places, you got to come to these blocks, right? So remember, pay homage to these areas, pay homage to these joints, you know what I'm saying? And this is Chicago hip hop historical sites, you know what I'm saying? And just like Philly historical sites, I show you these places. So again, let's walk on the ground, point it to the ground, right? Look at these grounds. This is where you wanna pay attention to, right? So we gotta start paying homage to our history, because our history is just important, right? Our history is just as important as anybody else's history. You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch out, let them go by. But so when we doing our thing, you got to always be into our historical sites, huh? Yeah. So you got to be, this is our culture. This is what we want to represent, right? So we when you come to these streets, always respect the natives that are here, always respect their areas, but come and pay homage, right? When you come to Chicago, where do you go? You make sure you go to all their museums, you go to all their stuff, but come over here, touch the pole, right? Our brother Common Sense made a major contribution to hip hop, right? And this is where he from. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly where he's from. And then I'll give more commentary when we get busy. You know what I'm saying? So let's pay homage. This is Hot Blast once again. This is Chicago hip hop historical sites, right? And we all over, so I got to do certain things. I had to pay some money to get here. Not from Philly, but just being in Chicago, they got a whole nother toll. And so that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But remember, I always think of that line, I'm the original gangbanger and ain't nobody shot. And that tells me a lot about his mentality. It tells me a lot about where he come from. Then you got, look, it's a flag right there, right next door. I don't know if they're apartment buildings or a building. Somebody got the African black flag there. Yeah, so I shouldn't even be showing that. But this is where Kanye's mind was moving. Like his mind was moving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to stand right here in my B-boy stance. Let me get right here in the B-boy stance, chilling in front of Kanye house like this, right? In my B-boy stance. Kanye,
Yeah, I
thanks
was
for your
going through hella
contribution to
problems
hip
till I
hop. And I'm
built
in
up the
Philly
nerve to
cat,
drop my ass
but I'm
about a
listening to you. I'm
call.
emoting
Lit,
you
she
a
just
little bit. But thanks for your contribution, homie. Your mind is incredible. I hope you keep going. I hope you keep giving us the intelligence of a hip hop MC. But I'm signing off. I'm Hot Blast. You know what I'm saying? I got the lovely Robin behind the camera. She doing her thing. And we signing off. We in Chicago, Philly to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And y'all keep it moving. Anything to add on this, Robin? What else do we think we got to add with Kanye, Kanye and his spot? That's probably his living room. Right. He could have been doing what? Looking at MTV, looking at all these different joints
Probably sat on those front steps and was playing.
Probably sat on the front step with his homie.
Find something to do like they can't treat themselves.
Yep. Kids out here trying to get money, trying to hustle, doing their thing. I just bought $6 worth of candy. I didn't take the candy, but you know what I'm saying? All the stuff I remember when I was a young buck, when I was little, when I was a kid, right? Because this is a beautiful neighborhood, but it's a lot of black people in this neighborhood, all right? So we right here, y'all, Common Sense, that was his name at first, then he had to change it because of legal, somebody's name was Common Sense, and then now it's Common. So just keep looking out for more hip hop historical sites. I'm in Chicago right now. Last time you seen me, I was in Louisiana, right? New Orleans, but now we right here in Chicago. Common talked about that in his joint. You know what I mean? Go to the golf course. Could this be the golf course he was talking about? You know what I'm saying? Right? It's a golf course, but it's nothing but black people over there playing golf. I like that. You know what I mean? I don't know how far back this golf course go as far as meaning the history of it, but it's a lot of black folks over there. You know what I'm saying? So I remember Common mentioned, I think he mentioned this in Resurrection. Yep. A lot of black folks. I think it's white folks over there. I don't know. But I'm just showing you this is their neighborhood. Like this is Kanye and Common's neighborhood. Like, this is wild to me. But you could still tell it's like a black hardcore area.
You see what he just did?
What do you do?
Yo, it's Julius Irvin Nash, and I'm a local artist from Chicago. I'm 26, and if you have the passion to create, keep going no matter if you feel like you're not the best artist or if you feel like you don't have the best materials. Just go create something and show it to the world. I'd be so nervous and awkward, and then people hold up, it's Julius Irvin. That's right.